destination. The destination is very important, it's very good, but most of the time it is not a sprint. The journey is what matters, not actually the destination. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's not really my intention to go off YouTube for this long, to be fair, but somehow I had to, because I started work, and like the last vlog, the time you guys saw me with the vlog I did, trial vlog by the way, I did, then I started working, but I was taking bank shift. So basically, or technically, bank shift is just like an extra shift that you take just to complement the normal working hours you do in the hospital. So because I wanted to go into the system after staying off for a very long time, I thought it was going to be necessary to, go in with a little bit of, preparation. And there's another thing called keeping in touch. So this was what I was doing then. It wasn't my normal shit. Now, I live in the UK. That is, if you don't know me before, I live in the UK. I'm a nurse practicing here in the UK. And what happens is, most of the time, our family members, especially for us that I came from Nigeria and living in Nigeria up until 3 years ago, that I moved to the country with my family. So now I am living just with my husband and my children, and my first daughter is like five years old. She's going to be 6 next year, so she's like 5 years old, and my son was basically 9 months when I went for this training, because you are expected to start doing a keeping in touch at this point. So I didn't really have any support. I don't have people helping me. Back when I was in Nigeria, I had nannies, but because I'm living here right now, I don't really have friends. Sorry, I don't really have family members. I do have friends, of course I do have friends, but I don't have family member that could help with childcare. So it's just basically me and my husband, and as it is, both of us, we are working. So I needed to sort out my childcare, how we are going to be rotating the childcare, because basically it's just us. And at the time, I had in mind of getting someone who can come in, someone pay that can come in and help us with this process. However, it didn't really work the way we wanted, because my son started reacting badly. My son has this skin issue that has eczema, so it's worsened, probably because of change of scenery, or because I can't really place my hand, but it became so bad. Even at some point he had a particular reaction that actually made us come back and start looking at how to maximize our time and plan better. So this past month and today and this past month has been crazy, because we were looking for a way to stabilize ourselves, and this got me very tired and exhausted. At some point I started burning out, because then my work started fully this November. So I am now to take longer shifts. So before I was just doing 8 hours, now I'm doing 12 hours shifts, and I'm supposed to be doing at least 3 to 4 days per week. So it's a lot, and my husband also has to work, so we needed to calm down and plan it. Guys, working in the UK is no joke. So because of the whole thing, we had to actually look for a way to find a balance. So I haven't really had the luxury of being in front of the camera to talk to you guys, and I'm so sorry for that. In fact, as I was out, half of my mind was on my YouTube channel. I was like, oh, you set up a goal, you set up a plan, and you are not following the plan. And at some point it was as if it was getting to me, but I realized something. Most of the time when we set goals and plans, we should also have in mind that things might happen that can cause a delay, and we should enjoy the process, because when we start feeling bad about something, like here I was trying to say that life is not a sprint, it's more like a marathon, so we have to take it step at a time. Good. I believe this is December. I'm sure that when this video is going up, it should be sometime in December, and December is the end of the year, like the last month of the year, and it's usually when people do a lot of reflection. It's usually when people do a lot of planning for the year. People that have different kinds, maybe businesses, try to go through their business. Ideally, many people do that during August, like when they shut down properly, but most of us coming from the African descent, we tend to do this at the end of the year. So this is the time when people go through their plans, go to their whatever, and make sure that they are following, do kind of an evaluation of their life, evaluation of their business, their careers, see if any of them is working. Ideally, it's to collate all the evaluations they have done, because I think they're supposed to do a routine evaluation, probably weekly or monthly, of your life. But now you're looking at everything: finances, your life, as in that is professional life, personal life, spiritual life, emotional relations, and everything. And know how far you have gone. And with that, you can actually apply the lessons you have learned, or probably the mistakes you have made. Look for a way to balance it out and try something new next year. So this is where I am. Mine usually starts from my birthday. If you don't know, my birthday was in October 7th. I turned a year older. So what I tend to do most of the time during that my birthday period is to do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of thinking, I do a lot of reflection, I do a lot of deep work, usually more than I will do any other time, because that is when I tend to collate my life generally, and speak with the person of the Holy Spirit on how or what I am expected for the new year. So I do this mostly October, November, and December. So the last trimester is actually the time, a very crucial time for me. I don't really know how you guys do yours, but this is usually what my routine is. So yeah, that is exactly what I have been up to. Okay, so right now I'm going to really try to talk about just this little thing to get us prepared on what to expect for the new year. I don't know what your practice is, but if you listen to me during the past few months when I tried to run the channel, I was trying to talk about how finding a balance is very crucial in your life, especially when you are attaining or you want to attain productivity. And we also learned on this channel and every other channel that talks about productivity that it is not a sprint. The journey is what matters, not actually the destination. The destination is very important, it's very good. But most of the time, we might not really have a clear picture of what our destination is, but we might actually have a clear picture of what the way is, maybe what the next step is going to be, especially if you're working with the Holy Spirit, because He knows He's the one that owns the roadmap. What we're doing is telling Him, okay, where are we going to go? I remember what happened in the Bible when Abraham was asked to pick up their bags and go to a land that was promised. The man didn't have a roadmap to where he was going to. What he needed to do was just to obey, to stand up and start moving. Most of the time when you are on a journey, you don't really understand where the destination is. You just know that the journey is what matters. Like, what is the next step? What is the next direction? Am I on the right path? So yeah, when we are asked or encouraged to make plans, write it out, make it plain, blah blah blah, yeah, that is a tentative destination. It doesn't mean that particular journey might actually be rosy. It doesn't mean that when you make those plans you might actually achieve those things immediately. There might be slacks, you might actually achieve it faster than you think. But no matter what the destination is, no matter what your expectations are, you should always realize that whenever you are stepping on the path to productivity, on the path to fulfillment, because the whole idea of this whole thing is being fulfilled and getting fulfillment from whatever you're doing. And whenever you are probably on that path and you are not enjoying the process of getting to the place you want your life to be, you are not leading your life. You are not living the life. You are not really living it in the whole essence of it, in the totality of it. And that is where you will be making a lot of mistakes. So even if you don't get anything from this video, get something clearly. Whatever you do, you should have it in mind that it is not just a destination, which is important, by the way. If I say it's not too important, does not mean it's not important. But what I'm saying in the sense is for you to always remember that the journey is the most important, and that is why that whatever you do at each given time is important. Let me repeat myself. Whatever you do at each given time is important. So you have to take care to note how you lead it. So every day you wake up, any tiny little bit you do, any tiny little bit thing decision you have made is always driving you close to your decision, to your goals and your aspirations. So the way you step every morning, the decisions you make, the habits you have are all driving forces that can take you to the place. So you have to be very, very, very important. It's very, very, very mindful of how you work. Be very mindful of what you do. Be very mindful of what you say yes to, what you say no to, because those yeses and no's you say can either distract you or put you on the right track. Be comfortable to say no, because some of the things you say no to and actually help you to stay focused. And what we want is the focus. What we want is also to enjoy yourself and also learn to say yes, because some of these opportunities might actually appear and they might be something you need, but because you did not factor it, it might actually be one thing that can propel you. Sometimes saying yes also good. I know that a lot of people will say, oh, learn to say no, but when you say yes to some things that actually might be crucial, it might be what you need at that moment to help you, or to help you recharge yourself, to help you propel you to the next point. So it's not the destination that matters, it's your way, your journey while you are riding, or you're riding through the paths to your destination. What is the roadmap like? What am I going to encounter? What am I encountering? How do I figure out how to tackle the problems? How do I feel doing it? Because it's the feeling. And remember, in as much as we want to gather the whole world, if we lose our life in the midst of trying to gather it, or maybe when we are going to reap the benefit of our sufferings, the benefit of our hard work, we now lose our life because we neglected the most important part of our life. So whatever you do, if you want to chase the money, your financial goals, your career goals, whatever goals you are planning this season, darlings, remember that health is wealth. Also factor the wealth the health itinerary in it. Factor health in whatever you do, and make sure that every day you live, you factor in your healthy lifestyles in it, the spiritual lifestyle, because they are all part of your health. Yes, spiritually, mentally, physically, they are all entities that make up your life. And when you lead the life because you want to get to a destination that is still very far off, and you're not living the moment, you just waste the years you would have had to, get there. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is more or less like, catching up with ourselves and getting to know what we are up to, how you are planning for your next year. Okay, in the next video, we will be looking at some of the things you can put in place that can help you achieve your memorable year. So if you are not yet subscribed, this is the right time for you to go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications so that you know whenever I post any video. And please do comment your thoughts in the comment section, because darlings, we read the comments and we can connect there as well and learn from each other. If there is something you want to drop, please drop in the comment section and I'm going to respond to you. Until we see you next time, bye for now.